Okay, today I want to talk about psychics and why people think that they are wrong a lot of the time. So, this is really interesting discussion for me because I had to really think about this for quite a while when I was going through various psychic readings several years ago and trying to, think about, what is being said, what is being said, etc. And there's several things I learned. So, one of the things I'm going to tell you, for example, is that in the tarot reading community, when tarot readers are asked specifically about a type of a reading that person would want, and there's all sorts of different kinds of readings that you can get, but over 80% are love readings. That's what everybody wants to know, right? What's my love situation? Is the guy I'm with the guy? Is Prince Charming coming anytime fucking soon? When's he showing up, right? And so what happens is you first of all have this skew between people on the love side. Now, the first thing that I'm going to tell you is that psychics are not in the business of giving bad um, or maybe I should say negative information. Okay. So when I ask for a reading for somebody, I literally tell them, don't sugarcoat it. Like I literally want you to give me the absolute truth. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, it's going to be like, no, that's not the guy, honey. Okay. But you know what? If I didn't say that up front, then chances are they'd be like, well, there has some, potential for it to, be, a long term relationship or whatever. And they might give you some clues as to, make sure, you don't do this or don't do that. But the reality is, everybody is so focused on, what's the deal with my love stuff. And what they want is to be told what they want to hear. That's really what they want. I have a friend, and he has a friend, and she goes to the same psychic like every month. And the psychic keeps telling her, oh, Prince Charming's around the corner, right? And what does she do? Does she do anything to meet Prince Charming? Oh, no, she pretty much stays in her house most of the time. So she doesn't even do anything that literally has her out and about where she's meeting people, or that she could be put in circles of whoever this person is that's supposed to roll into her life that she's there for. She literally just expects him to somehow knock on her door one day and ta-da, there's the guy. That's not how it works. So, for example, if you go to a psych and they're like, oh, sometime in February, so and so, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, here's the deal. You have to put yourself out there so that you are actively looking for it, so that when it happens, it's like, oh, okay, now I see the person. Or it could be somebody that you already know, but it turns out that not until February is when the sparks are going to fly, or when something's going to happen, and maybe something else needed to happen before that in order for that place to occur. So you have to basically help yourself along, and you have to think of what they give you as more of clues in your life so that you understand the path that you're supposed to walk down. All right. So understand that psychics are not in the business of giving bad business, or else they get no business back. Okay. Now, let's talk about other realms of possibility. So the other thing that psychics will see, and when I say psychics, I'm using the term precognition. Okay. So the idea is precognition is where you can see events in the future. Now, nobody sees the definitive events in the future because we all have choice. Okay. Every one of us has choice. And so what happens is a psychic actually sees a timeline of possibility. Now, you may have 10 different timelines of possibilities, and those timelines may depend on a, major choice that you make, or it could also be a major choice that somebody on the other side of the equation from you made that you didn't realize. So maybe the guy, was going to show up, and then it turned out that he ended up not moving because something else happened in his world. Okay, so that timeline of possibility that the psychic saw ended up not coming true because of the other person and their choices, right? A lot of times we get caught up in our own choices, thinking that it's all about us and what we're doing, and not understanding that this power of choice is not just our choice, but it's the other person's choice as well. So you could find somebody that's like right person, wrong time. Okay. You can also have somebody that was supposed to come in and, one of them didn't. And so you're like, where are you? Okay. Not there. So there's different timelines of possibilities that they foresee. Now, those timeline of possibilities also assume that you are going to, make certain choices and make certain decisions. All right. Now, if you step away from the psychic and you don't actively take the steps to move towards that path, then that path will not happen. Okay. So again, you have to think of the psychic as kind of a guide on your process. All right. What is it that you're looking for? What's the information that you want to seek? Are you simply looking to be validated what you already think? Because if you literally go to the psychic, they tell you something and they walk away, you walk away and you're like, meh, I didn't like what they said. Okay, but then what happens as time goes on? You end up eventually having that moment going, she or he was right. Now, you don't want to admit that to anybody, right? But they were. And usually at that point, because you've got so much ego and pride, you won't even go back to that original person that gave you, the advice that told you, nah, this guy isn't the guy, or the girl isn't the girl. You decide, I'm going to go to somebody else, right? Saving your face. So understand that there are different timelines of possibilities that the psychic can see. Understand that the other people in the equation, this could even be career or life, any of those things, right? The other person in the equation also has choice, and they may not choose to be the predictable path as well. And also understand psychics are not in the business of giving bad news. So if you do want the actual truth from a psychic, then you have to tell them up front, don't sugarcoat it for me. I want the truth. And then you have to be accepting of what it is that they say. All right. That's very important. You have to just accept it and go, oh, well, okay, that's kind of a bummer, but at least I know, right? And at least you don't expend your energy in a place where it feels like wasted energy later on. Okay. So I hope this information helps. If you want to take a look at my spiritual book, I took the red pill, Navigating the Rabbit Holes of a Spiritual Awakening. It's available on Amazon. If you want to follow me on my Palace channel here, I do more videos, whether it's spiritual or life coaching for limiting beliefs. So definitely subscribe or like this. And then also you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram at Talk to Palace. Have a great day, guys.